know that majority of the people who love and enjoy my content are not subscribers? By subscribing, it ensures that you never miss any more live streams, tips, or hot topics. Plus, the support that you give, it allows me to continue to keep giving you the content that you love. So if you gain any value here, be sure to subscribe right now. And let's get back to the video.
Daddy's so crazy.
A second. How about now? Can y'all hear me now? I bet. But I think Arizona is a hidden gem, bro. Arizona definitely is a hidden gem versus California, New York City, Miami, Florida, Atlanta, Georgia. I think because there's so much opportunity out here, and there's so much untapped land out here as well. So I think with this will be dope as well. And one of the biggest things that I want to do is I want to make sure that I become a big pillar in the community and in Arizona as well. That's why me and a couple guys that I know, we're going to start this bike club, not a motorcycle club, but a bicycle club. And it's going to basically, what this community is going to be, is going to involve community networking and health. And I think it'd be dope, to collaborate with a lot of small mom and pop businesses as well, as far as sponsoring us, so that way we can get them out there, get them more recognition, as well as bigger sponsors as well, so that way we can host marathons all across the valley. Think it'd be pretty dope, man. I like what they're doing as well, because me, I'm a sneakerhead as well. And like I said before, I'm gonna get me a shoe. I'm gonna get me a shoe sponsorship one of these days. That's on the list of to make happen. Outside of getting a Rolex through content creation, I'm gonna make that happen. Real talk. Whether it happens soon or later, but we playing the long game right now. But it's gonna happen for sure. Just know it's gonna happen, because I need this whole wall behind me filled with shoes. I ain't every pair of shoes, I need it filled up. You hear me?
The world. We have so many local clothing brands that are there and displaying their brands and stuff that you're only going to find at the event.
And not only is this a family-friendly event, it's important to highlight that this event was created by you and your brother to bring these type of experiences throughout the country, and especially bring it back to Phoenix. What does that mean to you guys?
So I started this company with my brother when we were just kids. We were actually living in a trailer. We were 14 and 16 years old when we started in Boston, where we're from. We had 200 people there. And our whole mission was to just grow a community and to provide a special experience for people to come together. We live in a world with social media where people don't want to leave the house sometimes. There's not that many cool experiences in real life for people to actually connect and have a great time. So especially as that trend continues, we want to push our trend of creating a good experience and a family-friendly experience. Our parents are even there at every show. So we just want to make sure that everyone's there to have a good time. All ages are a part of it. And it means a lot to us to grow it, because we really believe in the power of in real life experience.
PJ Tuck that's a big sneakerhead right there. PJ Tuck, yeah.
And how can we add to that? And how can 10 years from now, people who came to Phoenix Got Soul not just remember the sneakers they bought, but the experience they had? So that's our driving motive.
Yeah, we'll skip ahead on that. Listen, make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. It helps with the algorithm. And also, if you want to support the channel, so that way we can continue to keep leveling up, the link is pinned in the comments and also in the description as well. So I want to go ahead and pivot over, a hard pivot, no diddy, over to, hold on, let me check this really quick. There we go. I want to pivot over to Charlie Kirk really quick. I'm sorry, not Charlie Kirk. I said Charlie Kirk. Oh my gosh, I hate when this happens. Here we go. So I want to pivot over to Joe Budden and Melissa Ford about this masculinity. You know, there was a hot topic about it with Anthony Mackie in regards to there's an attack on masculinity. So I want to dive into that conversation just because I do believe that there is an attack on masculinity, but I want to know what y'all think. So y'all let me know in the comments. Do y'all really think that there's an attack on masculinity? So, but I want to watch this with y'all, and I want to get y'all thoughts on this first. But before I dive into it, I want y'all to hear so that way you can get the context as well. But let me know in the comments what y'all think. Do y'all think there's an attack on masculinity? Also, make sure you like, comment, and subscribe for the algorithm. Let's get to it, big dog. So what do you mean? What does he mean by what do you mean by that? So it has killed the masculinity because masculinity isn't the same what it was 20 years ago. Like, are we what are we talking about? What are we talking about right now? There is an attack on masculinity. Everything that men do that says I'm stern, I'm structured, I'm disciplined, I'm not gonna take your BS. Because why? Because once a man stands up and he knows his value and he's not gonna let anybody run over him, and he, you know, he pretty much checks you on your shit. What is he? He then becomes sassy. He becomes toxic because he don't want to take on any of your BS. He's not a real man because he's not gonna take you as a single baby mama, and he ain't finna be a step crash dummy. So there's a huge attack on masculinity. That's the reason why a lot of women chose the government versus the man. That's why you always see a lot of these women on welfare. Just saying. Why is that hoisting too much responsibility on the child's shoulders? Why would that be? I remember I come from the era of my parents both working. And when I get out of school, my parents told me as a second grader, which means I'm around the age of 8 to 10. My parents tell me, hey, yo, listen, young blood, when you get home, you lock the screen door and you lock the main door, top and bottom. Don't let nobody in the house. Don't answer the door for nobody. That means not your cousin, not your uncles, not your aunties, nobody. If it ain't your brother, if it ain't me or your dad, don't open the door. So me, I'll be out there, somebody come knocking on the door. So we had the window right here, and then there was the door to the side. So I would come out there, I hear the doorbell ring. I'm peeking at the side like, who that is? I'm not saying that they don't see me, but I'm peeking. I'm like, fuck is that? Nope, I ain't answering the door. But then if uncle come over or something, I'm still pulling them like, hey, yo, open the door for me. No. Well, what you need, unc? Well, tell your dad I need to drop something off for you. I bet, say less. I'll call him and tell him that you came by, but I can't open the door. I'm not gonna open the door because at the end of the day, I'm gonna be the one that get a spanking, not you. So you just gonna have to come back when they get home at the end of the day. So nah, bro, I get that. It's just you basically just doing a welfare check around the house, making sure all the doors locked, making sure the alarm is on, making sure the windows are locked, making sure everything is secure. Because again, as a 15, and that was me as between the ages of what, 8 to 10. So you're talking about a 15-year-old who's a lot bigger, a lot older. So you're gonna have to have responsibility, especially when you're a father and you're not in the house at that time. You may be at work, or you may be doing something. You may be doing something to bring home the bacon. So you're gonna need that. You need that 15-year-old to step up a little bit and have some responsibility. I will say this. there are a lot more, there are many more feminine men nowadays than there once were. There are a lot of feminine men out here. Soft men. You know, I'm offended type of men. The ones who advocate for feminists. And I'm not talking about first wave feminism. I'm talking about the second and third wave feminism. They advocate for them extreme feminists. They advocate for those individuals. And I think it's kind of crazy, to be honest. Here's the thing though. Why are you acting like a man? Why act like a man? Why not just be a man? That's the thing. Why are you acting like it? Just be a man. But again, I get it. In some situations, some people don't even know how to even be a man. Some men don't even know how to be a man because they never grew up with a father in the home. So they don't even understand that aspect of it. So, nope. Hell nah. Absolutely not. Absolutely not. Nope. That's the problem right now. That's why you got a lot of son husbands out here right now. I do not agree with that part. Because if you are a single baby mama and you got a son at home, you should not expect him to be bringing any, if he's working, you should not be expecting him to bring any money home to you. He should be saving that money, putting that money away so that way he can save up and invest in college or invest in something that, or invest in the education so that way he can start leveling up and getting better so he can make more money, not to be given back to you so that way you can make sure you make the rent next month. Absolutely fucking not. No, ma'am. If that's the case, what you need to then do, ma'am, if you got a kid that's between the ages of 10 to 17, what you need to then do is send that kid, which I'm gonna say this. Based off the statistics, the child should be with the mother. If they're separated, the child should be with the mother from the time that they're born to, I believe, 8 years old, somewhere around there. And then after that, that child needs the father. So if you are a single mother right now, you got a youngin on your side right now, you should take that kid, considering that, let's be smart about this. Let's have some common sense. Of course, if he's not going upside nobody's head, if he's not abusive, if he's just, you know, if he's what a father is, you know what I'm saying? We know if he's going upside their head and shit like that. Come on, man. But if that kid is between the ages of 0 to 8, he needs to be with the mother. But then from 9 on up to 18, you need to send him to his father so that way he can learn discipline and structure. That's what you should do. That's what you need to do. Now, granted, there are some people out here who don't even need to be parents, mothers and fathers included. But in general, that's what needs to happen if you decide to separate. For what the kids want, for what oh, well, I want to live with them. I want to, nope. This is what's going to happen. You going to live with me from this time, and then you going to live with them from this time. Because we got a plan. At the end of the day, y'all still need it, regardless if y'all together or not. Y'all need to still be operating as a united front for your kids, because it ain't about y'all no more. It's about the kids. So no, I don't agree with that. What he just said.
Not married if there's no does, and so for you niggas to act like it's not.
Nope. That is the time I would not put my kid. That's the only time I would not advocate for that. Absolutely not.
Picture happening. I don't understand it.
Preference. And
no, she wasn't. She was not describing a preference. She said, "What is a red flag?" That was the question that was asked to Doshi. What is a red flag? Doshi's response was straight men. That's not a preference. That ain't got shit to do with preference. She said men that are straight are red flags, which is fucking insane. That is wild. That is wild for anybody to say that. That's how you know this word is fucked up right now. You got people literally going online saying stupid shit like that. But the reason why is because individuals like her don't have people checking her. You got everybody wants to be accepted. Everybody wants to be included in shit. And all this DEI shit. Now everybody wants to be included in it, so they think that they can say whatever the fuck they want to, and nobody should say anything about it. Nah, G. What you nah? What the fuck you mean? Straight men are a red flag. What the fuck does that even mean, nigga? You by you even saying that, you are the biggest red flag there is. By even saying that in itself. Have we not heard about Sodom and Gomorrah? Have we not? Am I tripping? I know I ain't the only one who heard about it. That's all I'm gonna say. That's all I'm gonna say. I ain't the holiest of the holiest, but there are some things that I just don't touch, big dog. I'm gonna stop it right there, bro. Listen, make sure you like, comment, and subscribe for the algorithm. Yes, I do 1000% agree that there is an attack on masculinity. I don't know why there is an attack on it. I can't really pinpoint it yet, but I do think that there is an attack on masculinity, and I think that more men need to continue to speak up. And I think the problem is they're trying to censor and silence men who go against this inclusive nature, this offended nature of it's kind of like my last live stream, right? There was a live stream about this father who took his son, his cross-dressing son, to the prom. And the comments were insane. When I say the comments were insane, there were so many people applauding the father. But anybody who went against the grain and said, no, I don't agree with the father, he should not have gone. He should have checked that shit at the door. He shouldn't have even let the kid go to the prom. I'm one of those people who said that. Like, nah, G, you don't accept that. As a father, you don't accept that. Because you are the standard in the household. I can still love you and not agree with the things that you do or you decide to do, because guess what? My love is protecting you not only from the world, but from your fucking self. Love isn't acceptance. That's not what love is. Love isn't acceptance. It's not. It's really not. It's structure. It's discipline. It's being able to check you at the door. It's kind of like being. Now, I wouldn't equate the two. I would not equate the two because, having a father, having a friend, I don't believe in that. I don't believe that friends, my father should be my best friend or my mom should be my best friend. No, they're my parents. They're not my friends. I got friends. Just as my kids, they're not my friends. I would not call them my friend. Absolutely not. You are my child. We are on two different accords, big dog. Two different accords. But the point is, I'm here to make sure that I'm here to guide you in the right path in life. That's my purpose in life. Where I fail, this is where I'm like, hey, I fail right here. So this is how we can gauge this, and I can guide you this way instead of going that way, because if you go this way, this is what could potentially happen. So I'm gonna take you this way instead. That's what a father is for. He's not there to be liked. He's really not. He's there to provide structure and guidance. So then later on in life, you understand, like, okay, these are the things that my father taught me. This is why I move the way that I move. And so therefore, that's why I got better discernment. That's why I can think logically. That's why I don't think that's why I don't make decisions with my emotions, because my emotions fluctuate and I can end up making a bad decision based off of how I was feeling at the time. So yeah, make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. It's going to help the algorithm. And if you want to support the channel, link is in the comments and also pinned in the description. So I want to go ahead and move on and pivot to the next topic, which is not necessarily on masculinity, but it's going to dive into, the pro-black era, the people who hate Trump, the raging liberals. You feel me? So shout out to Charlie Kirk, but we're going to go ahead and dive into this one right now. So Let's get to it, big dude.
Who's up? Disagreements? Yes. Okay. How are you?
Hi. Yes.
But you can see her right. But you can see her right out the gate. You already know what type of time she on. Just by the way she dressed, you already know. You don't even gotta guess it. It ain't even assuming. I wouldn't even call it an educated guess. You just know. You're like, yeah, I know what type of time she on. She got the fro going. She got the adjustable glasses on. She got the floral button down with the pink overcoat vest, the pink vest coat on with some mint green jeans and some braces. All right, you got it, shorty. You got it.
I don't know am I supposed to say my name or just okay? My name is Gigi. I guess I
know you want to rock the fro. I know you want to rock the fro, big dog, but that fro ain't it. That fro ain't it. You should have did something with it. You should have got that shit braided or something, big dog. You should have got it.
I'm mostly on the side of disagreeing because I feel like I don't think.
Can I say this? Hold on. We're gonna get to this. We're gonna get to it. Anytime you start off a conversation that could potentially involve stats and data, please, for the life of me, do not start the conversation with "I feel like," because then you set the precedent by saying, you preface the conversation by, well, I'm just going based off of my feelings versus the facts, the logic. You're going based off of how you feel. And your feelings do not adhere to reality, especially when it comes to stats and data. So stop doing that, please.
That behind this presidency, I don't think that this country is headed towards a bright future. I don't think that under this presidency that we are going to stand united. I think that it is going to divide us even more, and that it is dividing us. And I also don't think that this presidency is built on a love of all people. I feel like whenever I hear Trump specifically talk, there are notions of not Black people specifically, but people of color being seen as murderers and rapists, and it's specifically targeted towards brown people. And so I guess what I'm trying to say is, my question for you is, do you think this country, or do you think that Trump is going to do the American public right in the overall of his presidency?
Yes, he is going to do the American people right. But I think what you're looking at, you're only looking at what is he going to do for the Black people, what he's going to do for the Black community. Trump, that's what I'm getting tilted. Listen, what Trump is doing, he's not doing it for the white people. He's not doing it for the Black people. He's not doing it for the Hispanic people. He's not doing it for the Asian people. He's not doing it for the Indian people. He's not doing it for the Arabs. He's not doing it for none of them. He's doing it for America. Make America great again. Make America great again. America. So that's inclusive of everybody who is legally living and a legal citizen of the United States of America. That means he's looking out for all of y'all. Everybody. Not just the white man, not just the Black man, not just the Asian man, not just the Mexican man. Everybody is included in that. If you are a law-abiding legal citizen of the United States, he is talking about you. That's what he means, make America great again.
See?
Yes.
Okay. Are you worried about the state of this country under his presidency when it comes to economic setbacks, when it comes to another Great Depression, when it comes to stocks going down, et cetera, et cetera? Are you worried that he does not?
Listen, I said it early. Listen. I said it earlier, y'all. I said it earlier. And I need y'all to hear me when I say this. This is not the time to panic when we talk about the stock market. The reason why, if you're smart, we're not playing the short game, we're playing the long game. Because the stocks are dropping right now, this is not the time to get scared. This is not the time to start pulling your money out. This is the time to make sure you got your money together so you can invest into the stock market, because you're supposed to buy low, sell high. But we're not doing day trading. We're not doing night trading. So therefore, you want to buy low, sell high. You're thinking long term. Your money's going to grow over time, because guess what? Your money, the stock market, this is what you wanted to do, because the market is going to reset. So you wanted to go like this. Boom, 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 boom. You see the trend, right? It's not going like this. It's not going like this. It's going like this. It's going like this. It's gradually going up. So guess what? You're going to be making money, big dog. And the more you keep investing into it, every paycheck, boom, keep investing, keep investing, keep investing. Mind you, not only that, you can use that money as compounded interest. On top of that, big dog, if some shit come up, like your car need to be fixed, or your roof need to be fixed, your AC need to be fixed, or something drastic, or your hospital bill needs to be fixed, something drastic that needs to happen where you need a quick $700-800, boom. Oh, well, you know what? I can go right into my account. Pull that money out, which is why XRP is good. But you can go right into that account, boom, pull that money out real quick, boom. You can make your payments, and guess what? You really don't got to worry about it for real, because you got it, because you still got money going into that account, and it's going to reaccumulate again and again. You feel me? So like, I just gave y'all a quick little golden nugget, but make sure you tap into the Patreon. The link is in the description.
Gonna do anything like that.
I don't have those concerns. And by the way, inflation's going down, and the price of eggs is going down, everybody, big time.
You just said it before I said it. You see what I'm saying, bro? I'm learning over here, bro. We learning. We trying to get to the bag. Listen, I already said it. We trying to be I'm trying to add to the number of millionaires out here in Arizona. I promise you I'm going to get there.
But go ahead. I want you to thoroughly complete your argument, and then I'll say something.
Okay. I guess basically the point of my argument is, I think that President Trump, and I think that this country's view, especially when we're coming now into DEI and we're coming into defunding of Department of Education, we're coming to taking the Tuskegee Airmen out of being taught.
That has been reversed, just for the record.
Okay.
Tuskegee Airmen.
But there's been multiple other things besides Tuskegee, but also like, the whole debate on critical race theory, teaching slavery in schools, teaching Black history, et cetera, et cetera. These are things that are being targeted specifically when it took years and years to even get them in place. I think that this country is built on using the Bible, not even 100 years ago, to defame and to dehumanize Black people. There has been use of the Bible specifically when people used to come into the church and talk about how slaves should obey their masters, and how that's what the whole relationship between white and Black people were. I think that this country specifically has a lot of racist rhetoric that is built in, that is not being targeted. I think that.
So let's try to find some common ground. Is that okay?
That's fine.
Can you give me a definition of racism?
Racism, in terms of, I will say, okay, before I
use the term,
yes,
so I want to make sure we're talking
fair.
about the same thing. Is that cool?
Yes, that's fair. I will say that I will state that I am biased because I will be speaking as a Black person, specifically from the United States of America, and not anywhere else. But I will say racism is a discrimination against people of a minority that does not have a. Okay, what is racism? Racism. Without using the word.
Can't use the word racism.
Can't use the word. That's I'm trying. A discrimination against a minority class of people in order to create an unbalance in the society or a hierarchy based on something that is undetermined as of color, race, the color of your skin, or maybe even color of your skin.
Can you be racist against Asians?
Yes.
Can you be racist against white people?
I believe that you can have prejudice against white people, but in the way that this country was built and the way that this country has been founded and the way that there are many laws that have taken place, specific like where you were talking earlier with the whole reparations debate, there are many legacies of white people in this country.
It don't matter about the legacies and what happened back then. The question is, can you be racist against white people? And the answer should be fucking yes. Yes, you can. You can be racist against any race. I don't know where black people got that shit from. Like, no, you can't be racist because of what happened to us back then. Yes, you can still be racist, nigga. What are you talking about? What are you talking about? You can still be racist. That's the point of, you just said, you literally just gave the definition of what that shit means. And nowhere in that definition did it say, except black people can't be racist towards white people. Are you fucking serious? Or can't be racist towards any other race? Are you tripping right now? What is wrong with you? They got you, boy. They got your mind good, boy. They did a number on you.
That
Guys, just okay. Let's just all take a breath. Gigi's talking.
Which I also would like. I feel like that kind of comes into, yes, we're not all from this country. This is a country of immigrants. This is a country of people
So
from
let me
other
give you an
countries.
example.
Yes.
If a group of black individuals, which happens unfortunately so often, say, we want to go beat up whitey, and they go beat up a white person, was that a racist thing that they did?
I would have to ask for further context, but yes, yes.
What the fuck do you mean? You gotta ask for the context. Yes, if a group of black people go and say, hey, we're gonna go beat up whitey, yes, nigga, that's racist. What are you talking about? Yes, black people can be racist. What are we talking about right now, dog?
Based off of that,
Cool.
yes.
So, but then let's go back to your definition, because your definition was that it had to be the exercise of power. I'm going to make your definition better for you, because the exercise of power against a minority group.
Yes.
But in that case, it wouldn't.
Yo, make sure y'all liking the live, man. Let's keep the likes going. Let's get it, man.
Wouldn't be, because it would be a group of black individuals versus a white individual.
Correct.
So wouldn't a better definition of racism be a human being or institution prejudicing or stereotyping against anybody else because of their race?
I do agree that is a better there's a better definition in terms of how racism is used in society, in terms of setting people behind not having equal amounts of opportunities in these institutions, specifically colleges, jobs, et cetera, hospitals. But that is my point. I feel like in this country, we don't talk about enough. And I think that under this presidency,
Don't talk about what enough?
We don't talk about the history and the impact of long-term racism in this country against minorities.
Can I just press pause?
What? Yes.
That's all we've talked about the last 5 years.
Wait,
I mean, but hear me out. 1619 Project. We have entire black dedicated channels on Pluto and Hulu and Netflix. We have reoriented the entire national dialogue. Towards, we had the president of the United States, Joe Biden, take a knee for Black Lives Matter, to have racial reconciliation seminars, to have nonstop race obsession. So I think we've talked about it thoroughly.
I will give her this though. I will give her this, and I'm gonna give her a round of applause on it. You know, just because. And the reason I'm doing that is because she is respectful. She's being nice. She's not being overbearing. You know, she's not being obnoxious or anything like that. She's literally having the conversation. You know, is coming from, you know, it's coming from a genuine place. And I definitely respect that in regards to her. So I'll give her applause to that, but she way the fuck off.
Okay.
and properly.
So do you think that Black people in this country have equal opportunity and are treated equally as white
Absolutely. So let me prove it to you, okay? So Gigi and Charlie. What can Charlie do that Gigi can't do?
Okay, I don't know anything. I don't really know much about you. I don't know
Based on the
what
law.
you're capable of.
No. Just on the law. What am I allowed to do on the law that you are not allowed to do on the law?
On paper, nothing.
What do you dog? Shorty, what do you mean? What do you mean? Just on paper. There is nothing in the, as long as you live in the United States as a law-abiding citizen, as a legal citizen of the United States, there is nothing that you can do that you don't have, that the other person can't do. Meaning you have just as much right and equal opportunity to do any and everything that you want to do. As long as it's legal, you have any and everything that you can do, whatever the fuck you want to do. I don't know what it is about y'all that makes y'all believe that it's not equal out here. Maybe you just weren't good enough. Maybe you weren't smart enough. Maybe you weren't intelligent enough. Maybe you didn't work hard enough. Maybe you weren't curious enough. Maybe you didn't go after it enough. Maybe you didn't put 100% into the shit. But at the end of the day, I do not agree with the fact that it's not equal out here. Everybody has the equal opportunity. You could become a millionaire just like the next man can. But a lot of you won't. Just simply because you won't do the necessary work, because you're too busy running, you're too busy being the victim. Because you're too busy pointing the finger at everybody else instead of yourself. You are the common denominator of your results. And if you continue to keep pointing the finger at other people, you're going to be stuck and you're going to get left behind. Stop pointing the finger at everybody else. It's not the government. The government ain't got shit to do with you and you making money. The government ain't got shit to do with the job that you work at, because you ain't complaining about. Because if we're looking at it right now, it looks like, based off of that checkerboard chick back there with the overalls on, it looks like they go to Tennessee. So therefore, you are in a big university in Tennessee. You're a Black girl in Tennessee. So what are you talking about? You still are able to go to college. I'm getting tired of hearing this. You have the same opportunities. And yeah, you may have gotten dealt the bad card, but that doesn't mean that you still don't have an opportunity. That still doesn't mean that you can't get up and get it. That doesn't mean that you can go around and network with other people to get you and put you in better positions. Because a lot of times, a lot of people are in positions because they know how to network and they know how to talk to people. They know how to put themselves in certain circles in order to get to a certain position. So, and now that because we have the internet, because we got TikTok, because we got YouTube, because we got Instagram, because we got X, we have all of these different platforms where you can learn how to network, you can learn to get better. And you got Chat GPT on top of that. You got all of these different things that you can use and all these different tools that you can use to get better. But a lot of y'all don't choose. A lot of y'all don't though. So I'm not going for that victim shit. I'm not.
That's equal opportunity and equal treatment, right? If you care about faith,
that's wild to me. I don't get that. I don't get that at all, bro. And it just blows my mind. I can't stand.
I'm American. I am a Black American. I am a follower. I am a child of God. We all are. I 100% stand on that.
Okay.
But I think that basically what I'm trying to get at is I feel like in order for us to have these conversations and to keep having these conversations, we need to have a specific platform that we're able to meet each other on the common consciousness of this society. And I don't think we can have these conversations if we do not understand that Black people specifically, because I really can't talk about Asians. I'm not Asian. I can't talk about other people of color, but Black people in this country specifically have never had the opportunities to bring themselves back up. When you're talking about the destroyment of the Black family, that also came with a big chunk of the Reagan administration.
Well, the destroyment of that as well is because also a lot of those women chose the money over the man. So so that was so you got to talk to your sisters about that one, big dog. You got to talk to your sisters about that one. That ain't got shit to do with the men. Y'all chose money over the men, and so therefore they said, hey, in order for you to continue to keep receiving money from Big Daddy, you got to keep that nigga out the house. That's what happened. That's what happened to the nuclear family in the Black community. That's what happened. Not the government, because at the end of the day, just because they present you with an opportunity don't mean you need to take it all the time. You got the choice. It's just like if somebody come up to your door. Just like if you got a person that's a door-to-door salesman, they come knock on your door. You can either do three things. You can do one, not answer that bitch at all. Two, you can answer the door, listen to their whole pitch, and say, nah, big dog, I'm good right now. I ain't on that type of time. Or three, you can just hit them. You can just hit them with, yeah, you know what? I'm interested in that. I'm a purchase. At the end of the day, all three of those are decisions that you made, not the government, not the salesman, none of that. No matter how great that salesman is, if you aren't convinced to buy, you ain't gonna buy. It's on you.
Administration, which was forever and whatever ago.
How is it the government's fault of why dads aren't around?
I mean, we could get into the whole like the rhetoric of crack babies and crack drug dealers.
So, but isn't it a decision to take drugs?
Oh no, 100%.
Yep.
So, and it's a decision to commit crimes.
Yes.
Yep.
Okay, so the government didn't do that to them. People decided to take drugs.
That's true. But do you feel like these populations or these communities have, in statistics, been overly populated by police officers?
Well, so just, you seem like a really sweet person. So I don't want to try to be too
I give
intense.
that.
Is that cool?
Go ahead.
She's
What percentage of
that.
America is black? 13%, right?
Yes.
What percentage of the murders in America are committed by black people?
I don't know the specific statistics.
Yes.
Ain't it like, if I can remember, I want to say it's around 57, 58%, somewhere around there, somewhere in between 57 and 63%, somewhere around there. I know I'm close, but somewhere in there.
It's
50%.
It's 60%.
Oh shit! Yeah, I was close. Yeah, 60%.
So maybe when you do 60% of the killings and you're 13% of America, more cops should be around your neighborhood.
But there's no cops, and there's not an equal number of cops in the white suburban neighborhoods,
Because
in the
there's not
same
as much
neighborhood,
murder.
the same neighborhoods that are controlling the coke. Like they have cocaine in their houses, but it's not treated the same.
And this is okay, Gigi, because it really is flushing out our different worldviews. You look at cops as if they're there to catch you and get you. We look at cops as they're there to protect and serve and help us.
And that's only because in this country, I mean, police used to be able to drag black people out in the streets and hose them down and sick dogs on them and tear them apart. And we never really had the conversation that where did we get away from that?
Definitely had the conversation.
Like,
after George Floyd, the whole country blew up under the conversation. Okay.
Yes, but it was a big standing on, should cops be able to do this? It's almost as if when a black person is murdered by police or at the hands of the police, the gun, bullet that came from a police officer's registered
on average,
gun.
how many times a year would you say a black person killed by police?
I mean, at one point it was happening
Unarmed.
at least. Okay, if it was happening at least last year, it was going on about. It was at least a month that it was a major case. But in terms of the average city, I don't know the average city.
Right?
I know though, but
about 10 a year. So that's even though, yeah, we would love for it to be zero, that's a small number. That's a small number compared to 365 days out of the year. That's a very small number. That's a very small number. That's still less than it. That's still, even if you were to say that's one per month, that's 10 months out of the year. One. So, I mean, it's still bad in that sense, but at the end of the day, when we look at it from a broad spectrum, it doesn't happen a lot. it's only the media that makes it bigger than what it's supposed to be. That's why, you know, when you see it on X, you see it on TikTok, you see it on Instagram, see it on Facebook, you see it on all these platforms, and then everybody makes it a bigger deal than what it actually is.
So
in terms of what actually makes it to major media,
no,
because not everything.
it's the Washington Post's own database, left wing, 10 black individuals a year. So here's my contention. So you have a population that dads are not around.
Yep.
That is very, very murderous.
Yep.
Per population capita. That is very violent, more likely to be involved in gangs.
Yep.
And we, you know, as conservatives look at that and we say, wait a second, like the problem is within the community. The problem is not the government. The problem is not the culture. The problem is not the history. Instead, really what needs to happen is black leadership, black pastors, and black dads need to go into the black community and say, we're better than this. Cut the killing, cut the violence. You know, do you know the most, one more point.
Go ahead.
Who is, outside of heart disease and all that, what is the #1 killer of black people in America?
I know about like diabetes, but
fellow black people.
Yep. Yep.
A black person is far more likely to be killed by another black person than anything else. Black people are a greater threat to their own people than any other community.
I'm gonna stop it right there, bro. Man, shout out to Charlie Kirk, man. Buddy is cooking. Oh, you hear me? Buddy is straight. Charlie Kirk is straight cooking out there, bro. And he's but he's right though. He's 100% right. Just because black people are the biggest threat to themselves than anything else. They are the biggest threat to themselves. That's why I'm gonna be honest with you. I'm not your typical black dude, bro. And when I say that, yeah, of course, I'm not Uncle Tom type shit. But what I'm talking about is, listen, I'm a law-abiding citizen. I'm not finna have no hoodlum shit going on in my neighborhood. Because guess what? I'm gonna be in them shades like this. Who that is out there side of my house? You feel me? I'm peeking up out them blinds like, hey, man, who that is? Hey, man, look, he don't like he belong over here. Or she don't like she belong over here. Hey, listen. Let me dial that number. Hey, officer, I got this sketchy individual over here walking around my neighborhood looking suspicious. Can you just do a quick little welfare check, drive by, just to see what's going on? Because I don't like it. Like, you for real? Like, listen, bro, I pay my taxes. You understand me? I got a nice home, nice cars. Listen, bro, I'm not for it, bro. Because I ain't got time for no bullshit. Nobody coming up mess with the shit that I work my ass off for to get and to provide for, and then all of a sudden for somebody who feels as if the world gave them shit, so now they want to go fuck everybody else shit up that they didn't work hard for. Like, I think that's bullshit. So therefore, I'm calling them. I'm calling them. Hey, I need you to come get them. Come and get them now. Who did it? Him. I'm snitching. I am snitching, bro. I'm snitching. I'm not finna go to jail for you. You tripping. I'm not finna let you slide, man. Just because, oh yeah, you black, bro. I'm not letting you slide. Absolutely not. I'm calling the police, big dog. What you want me to do? Just saying. Listen, dog. I'm just saying though, am I wrong though, bro? Am I wrong? Am I wrong for calling the police? Absolutely fucking not. But listen, make sure you like, comment, and subscribe for the algorithm. So I want to go ahead and go to our last topic for tonight, because I think it's gonna be a good one, and it kind of just dives into, I wouldn't necessarily say the black community aspect, but it kind of goes into relationship and dating, and how a lot of women think that they shouldn't listen to men. But I gotta be 100% honest with y'all. A lot of y'all need to start listening to men, but I'll give y'all the context on why I say that. So let's listen to this, and then I'll give my thoughts about it. And shout out to JB Reacts too, bro. He's doing crazy numbers over there on his platform as well. So I just want to give a quick little shout out. Give a quick little round of applause for him, big dog. Appreciate the follow. So let's go ahead and get into it. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. And if you actually want to support the channel, the link is in the comments and also pinned in the description as well. Let's get it, big dog.
You can't control all the freaky deakies out there. Yeah, he did that. You can't control him, but like I said, we're not really talking about those type of guys. We're talking about the guys that you actually bring into your life on the character that you bring out to them. We're not talking about. You see how when Freaky Deaky came out and recorded you, other guys stepped in to protect you.
No other guy stepped in to protect me.
You said the whole
said,
cast came out.
I said one of the niggas who he was in front of said, "Hey, why you recording me?" And he told that nigga, "I'm not recording. I'm recording her."
He could have got his ass whooped.
Range shut down, meaning that when I started cussing the nigga out for recording me, everybody was trying to get the hell on. There ain't nobody came to my rescue. I was my own rescue.
Could have got his. The one that's you said the dude in front of you said something to the other guy.
The dude said something to the guy who was recording because he thought the guy was recording him. And Buddy whispered to him, like, "No, I'm not recording you," because the nigga was turning up, like, "Nigga, you weird. Why you recording me?" And then the nigga was like, "No, I'm not recording you, bro. I'm recording her." And when I heard him say that, that's when I went off. Like, "Nigga, why you recording me? I'm literally taking my skates off."
Hey, fam, why y'all niggas in the bathroom, bro? Who that? What's his name? Mixed. What's that name? What's his name?
I'm not doing
DJ. What?
Mine _ Tank and Mike Low 31. Why y'all in the bathroom, bro? Y'all ain't got no other place y'all can go besides the bathroom. Kind of weird, man, to be on a live stream and y'all sitting in the bathroom, dog. What's going on, man?
What the DJ did?
The DJ cut the music. Kids started going down the stairs. It was time for him to go.
Okay, ultimately, you still got protected in some form of fashion. But like I said, we're not talking about the creepers out there. Most guys are freak. Most guys are freaky. I'm not gonna sit right here and act like most guys ain't freaky, man. Most guys are freaky. Y'all need to. I'll be honest, bro. Y'all need to actually understand guys' nature. I'm not saying a guy should do the freaky
okay,
shit
so if you say guys are freaky, why is it why is it such a problem when a woman is loving herself and loving what she is coming into?
Man, oh my gosh. Just because why do y'all always do that? Why do y'all ladies always do that, bro? Just because you love yourself. Loving yourself is also having respect for yourself too. Do you understand that? Loving yourself is also not putting yourself in compromising positions. If you know you don't want certain type of attention, you're going to make sure that you don't put yourself in that position. You don't put yourself in that type of light to get that type of attention that you don't want. So, even if you are a voluptuous woman and you got a big trunk back there and it's hard for you to cover it up, but the thing is, you're going to do the best you can to try to cover it up for the most part. You're not going to walk around here in booty shorts. You're not going to be walking around here with a hot top on, your belly showing, and then you got a spaghetti strap on shirt on, rocking around talking about it's hot girl summer because I'm fit. I done got fit. I've been in the gym. I can show myself off. Now I can twerk everywhere and I can show my thing off. Just because I done got fit, I feel confident about myself. Nah, cover that shit up. Especially, let me set the precedent by saying this. If you a bumper busser, this conversation ain't for you. If you a bumper busser, this conversation is not for you. But if you like men, and at some point you want to get married, you want to have children, you want to have the nuclear family, you want to say I do to a man, you want to be in a committed relationship to that man, you need to listen to what men are saying and start adhering to that shit that they're saying. And stop thinking that it's always about you and that you can do whatever the fuck you want to do without the consequences to come with it. Because there's always consequences to your actions. If you dress a certain way, you're gonna be looked at a certain way. I don't care how you feel about it. If you want to dress like a thigh pocket, guess what? You're gonna be looked at as a thigh pocket, and they're gonna approach you like a thigh pocket, and that's all they want to do is bust it down. They ain't gonna try to get in a relationship with you. They ain't gonna take you serious. So be careful of what you're doing and how you're presenting yourself out here to the world. You have to, because if you want a type of attention from the type of man that you like, without him looking at you at a certain way or looking at you as an object, stop treating yourself like an object. Stop dressing like you an object and dress like a respectable woman. And then you can probably have a better opportunity or a better chance with that type of guy that you want. Because the guy who actually wants to marry a woman, who actually wants to be in a committed relationship to a woman, wants to bring her home to mommy and daddy, you need to make sure you're presentable. Not just for that time being, no, always putting yourself in that position. Because if you don't, guess what? Because guess what? Recreational use only. Shout out to Cooley. Straight up.
Where she want to dress however she dresses, just because a nigga is freaky. But what you gotta have.
And mind you, let me say this. Now let the video play. Most niggas are freaky. They are. But a lot of them have control over it. They have a lot of control. They understand. It's like, all right, bro. Yeah, I'll bust it down, but you know what I'm saying? I ain't finna go crazy over this. I ain't finna go crazy over no box. Then you got some niggas who are a very small percentage of men who gonna take that shit to the extra mile. And them the ones that you gotta watch out for. But it's a very small percentage of those type of guys. Majority of guys will not act on how they're feeling inside. They'll hone that shit in. They'll be like, hey man, listen. Yeah, I'll bust it down like that motherfucking. Hey, she making it move back there, but I'm good. I'm straight. It ain't that serious. And I'm gonna keep it pushing. I'm gonna just admire her from afar, and I'm gonna keep it pushing.
No, that's different.
I just want to say this. This is the fact. Think about it this way: you had one nigga that was freaky mode, right? But if you over here putting your booty out, boobies out, and whatnot, how many niggas' attention you gonna be grabbing? Because at this point, the way you're representing yourself, you're gonna get more attention, obviously. You know what I mean?
Facts.
So then the sad part is
it
y'all
does
don't
matter.
Y'all be enough to control your urges.
Right.
Most men do control their urges. What are you talking about? Most men do control their urges. You're taking one specific situation and you're trying to put that on all men. When we say all men, most men are horny niggas. But there's context to that. Most of those men aren't going to act on that horniness. They're going to hone that shit in. Just because that one joker, just because that one goofball took a picture of you because you got a voluptuous backside, had a skating ring, he decided to take a picture of you, that don't mean every other nigga going to do that.
No.
Yeah, but the way you dressed up represents, yeah.
Man, you
even got the bull dag over here. No, you got the bull dag over here, bro. She even telling you gotta cover that shit up. So if it's coming from another chick, you need to listen.
Man,
you know what? And you also got to understand there are men out there too. Like, not every man is gonna respect what you got going on. Even as a woman, you got a right to dress however you want, but not all men are gonna be there to save you if in the case something happens.
No, let me
problem. That's not the woman's problem.
But check this out, man. We're in such a first world society. We're in such a first world country that y'all don't even know the real dangers that motherfuckers really protect y'all from.
Facts.
You really think about it. You don't even understand it because you live in a first world society and you got all this covering with like police, the whole nine. Everything is already split up for y'all to move around accordingly. But if you was in a real reckless place, you can't even play them games like that.
Facts.
Right.
You got to move accordingly, and you need men around you.
I tell you this, what Jay, I'm a United States combat veteran, right? I served this country, Operation Iraqi Freedom, February 03 to May 04, right?
Okay.
Appreciate your service.
Yeah, appreciate your services, man.
Thank you. I've been to several third world countries, and the way that modernized Western women dress, oh, you would get your head chopped off in these other countries dressing like
clean.
that. And I don't care if you just want to show a little bit of shoulder or you want to wear some tight jeans because you got curves. Nope, they don't play that. Not over there. So Ash, I hear you, but here's the thing. Think about math. You're talking about a minority of men who can't control themselves. Yep. I give you that, but that's why there's rules and regulations in place to hold these weirdos accountable. It's called jail. So if a dude is recording, you could have pressed charges, or worst case scenario, you know what I mean?
You can't do that. They don't do anything for that. I done been exercising at Lake Mirror and had a nigga recording me and done had the police call. They can't do nothing. As long as they don't physically harm you, they can't do anything. So as women, we are subjected to a lot of bullshit from men, and we aren't protected. So we have to protect ourselves. That's not always true. And then now, especially as Black women, we scared to even call the motherfucking police, because at the end of the day, goddamn, we may be the one ended up in.
I'll tell you this. There's always going to be a guy right around the corner that's going to protect you. I really don't know what you're saying on that behalf. There's always going to be a guy that's standing up. That's a fact. If a girl is getting beat up by a guy in public, man, you know how many guys gonna jump in to stop it?
Actually, I got your back. I got you. Send the
they not. No, they're not.
I'm not one of them. I'm definitely not one of them.
Hey, I'm be honest.
It possibly be one of them, but they are there.
If a guy is attacking a guy is attacking a girl, most likely, I'm not saying they're not going to record, but most likely it's going to be guys that's going to jump in and stop it.
Women, I promise you, women will jump in before a man jump in.
Yeah, it just depends, Jake. It just depends. It depends on the situation.
Women will jump in to protect the female before a nigga will jump in. I promise you that. Now look up a bunch of fighting videos. It be women
I've
jumping
seen a lot
in.
of
Yeah, listen, I might agree with on that just because I might agree with on that just simply because most niggas they trying to get involved in that shit, man. Because you got a lot of crazy niggas out here who might got a pistol on them and they ready to pull that hoe at any given time and they don't care if they gotta go to jail or not. So therefore, motherfuckers is like, you know what? I'm gonna keep on walking. I might call the police from a distance, or I might record it just so that way, you know, there's footage and there's receipts to it. But also, a lot of times men look at it from this aspect too. What the fuck did she do? Why is it that why he up here hitting on her like that right here in public? What the fuck did she do? What the fuck did she do? What did she provoke? So that's what I'm saying. So it's hard for a man to just go and jump in there just because like, hey, a woman getting her shit beat on. Like, hey, and I'm not saying that I advocate for it. Listen, please understand me. I don't advocate for anybody putting their hands on anybody. I don't advocate for women putting their hands on men. I don't advocate for men putting their hands on women. But when you look at the context, when you look at everything as a whole, it's like, hey, I don't know what she did to provoke him. I don't know what that story is or what that situation is about, but I do not want to get involved because niggas be crashing out for no fucking reason. So I'd rather not. I'd rather just sit back and call the police and let them figure that shit out because I'm not finna jump in. That's a fact. That's a fact. I'm not doing it. Connor and Timmy and fucking Tanner, they might jump in. Shit. Not me. Absolutely not.
Guys jump
to
in.
Protect the woman before a man will jump in.
A lot of guys
be like, man, y'all chill out, and he be the one recording.
It was a fight. It was a fight that broke out in Disney World a couple years ago. Dude was crashing out. He was hitting a few of the women that was in his own group. You know who stepped in? Other guys. You see, you forget. You think about just black guys. White guys gonna crash out and jump in too. You forget that it's gonna be other ethnicity groups that's gonna jump in and crash out. You think about just a black dude. The white guy's gonna jump in.
A white guy jumping before a black guy.
Just because he thirsty for the action.
That's a fact.
He wanna be Rambo.
I want to throw hands. Come on.
He ready for it. A lot of them just jump in. They just be gung ho. So you can't sit here and say guys ain't gonna jump in and try and protect women from situations.
I'm not saying guys won't. I'm just saying majority of the time, women will jump in before a man jump in.
Yeah.
I'm not disagreeing either.
I mean, I think it goes both ways. Depends on the situation.
Ain't got to do with me. Some people just keep it moving, man. You don't know what that girl did to that boy to make him this, that, and the third.
You're gonna have the people that keep it moving too. That's true. But
especially in this culture, people don't fight. People do fight, but again, I'm from New York City. It's a lot of guns out here.
Different. That's from
A lot of guns out here. Ain't nobody fighting.
Yeah,
but check this out.
And if I lose,
ain't nobody fighting.
I actually wanted to play something, but we started getting into the topic. I'm gonna just play this. I want to say this is the last clip, but it ties into the Felicia Rashad situation.
All right, so that's all I wanted to talk to on that aspect, man. Shout out to JB Reacts on his shit. Shit's pretty dope. Shit's pretty dope, man. Hopefully one day I might jump on a panel. We'll see. I may or may not. We'll see. But make sure you like, comment, subscribe. Hey man, I appreciate y'all for tapping in with your boy. Yo, also make sure you tap into the Patreon, man. I will be doing more interviews in the Patreon where we're going to talk about people who are in different industries, who are killing it, who are successful in the industry. So if you want golden nuggets on how to become successful, how to level up, how to get your bag up, you definitely want to tap into the Patreon. Also, make sure you're here next Tuesday, y'all. I got a special guest coming on the platform on next Tuesday. That's April 15th. I don't know if y'all remember her or not, but this is the chick from Pop the Balloon. She was the girl who was who was going in on Buddy, when she was talking about from your day-to-day speak, I don't want a guy that sounds like my brother. If y'all remember her, just know she's going to be on my show. Her name is Rizoma. She will be on the show next Tuesday, telling us about the Pop the Balloon and what she's doing after that, what happened, and everything in between. So make sure you're here for that as well. But make sure you like, comment, subscribe for the algorithm, man. And also, if you love this type of content, if you want to show your support, the link is in the comments. Also, the link is in the description. And until next time, my good people, I see you, big dog.